So hi everyone. So today's topic is pipeline procurement process. Okay. So any one of you know what is the pipeline procurement? Anybody? What is pipeline? So you can just tell us from the name itself. Pipeline. What is meant by pipeline procurement?
The material will be followed by vendor.
Okay. Any other?
The material we can consume directly.
Correct. Correct. Definitely. So we are not maintaining the stock of that material. Okay. So as we are purchasing the material like a raw material, correct? So we are maintaining the stock of that material. But in a pipeline, we are not maintaining the stock of that material. Okay. It will be directly to the consumer. In a pipeline procurement process, we cannot create its purchase order. Okay. So what we can do, we can create the material. Okay. Then we can maintain the purchase info record and we can directly issue or consume that material using the Migo, and then we can pay to the vendor directly. In this process, there is no need to create the purchase order and no need to do the goods receipt there. Okay. So I will share my screen. Okay, I already shared. Okay. So this is a pipeline procurement and processing. What's actually okay? So the material like water, electricity. So like this, we cannot maintain the stock of that material. Okay. So for this process, this is the special type of procurement process. Okay. So pipeline, consignment, and subcontracting. These are the special type of procurement process. Okay. So in a pipeline procurement process, it's the process where the material will be flowing from vendor premises to the plants or company's premises. Okay. So there is no material is listed in inventory. Like we are not measuring stock anywhere. Okay. So whenever we are taking the stock of the material, so we are using the T code of MMB, correct? So stock checking purpose. So in pipeline procurement, we are not maintaining the stock of that material here. Okay. So for example of pipeline procurement process, I'm entering here like a petrol, diesel, water, electricity. Okay. So these are the some examples. So we cannot stock off like electricity and water. Okay. So from the vendor side, so we can directly pay to the vendor without creation of the purchase order. Okay. So here there is no purchase order, no goods received, and no stock of this is pipeline procurement process. Okay. So in this, no creation of the purchase order is required, and the stock of the material also we are not keeping. Okay. So in the store department, so we can only record the consumption of that material. So we can put for the electricity, we can put the meter, so we can calculate how much of water we are consuming or how much of the electricity we are consuming. So according to that, we can directly pay to the vendor. Okay. So this is nothing about the pipeline procurement process. Okay. So only we can record the consumption, and we can go to the Migo transactions like a special stock, and we can issue the that material to the production team, and we can pay to the vendor directly. Okay. So all the rate and tax info will be stored in the info record as a info category in a pipeline. Okay. So anybody, so how many of info category in a purchase info record? So there are the some four info categories. So anybody can tell me what are the info categories in a purchase info record? You have all covered that topic, okay, already. Purchase info record. Rashekar, Kirtan, what are the purchase info record
Standard
types?
subcontracting pipeline.
And last one? Correct,
Consignment.
correct, correct. So that are the four types of the info record categories. Okay, so first one is a standard, second one is a subcontracting, third one is a pipeline, and last is a consignment process. Okay, so like this, we can maintain the purchase info record for the pipeline material. Okay, so I can create the material and show you what actually the pipeline process. Okay, so initially, so there are some prerequisites for the pipeline procurement process. Okay, so I will show you in the actual system. So first of all, we can create the material by using mm01. Okay, so whenever we are creating the raw material, so here we can select the material type as a, what material type we are selecting here? Standard one. Okay, so for the pipeline procurement process, so SAP has given the standard material type. We call it as a pipe. Okay, so pipeline material here. Okay, so whenever we are creating any material for the pipeline, so you can select the material type as a pipe. This is the standard one. Okay, so if you want to customize, so you can customize that material type in the OMS too. Okay, so just understand this is the prerequisite for the pipeline procurement process. Okay, so we are not, as we are not maintaining the stock of that pipeline procurement process, so here the system will not ask you about regarding the storage location here. Okay, so here only the limited views are coming, like a basic data 1 and 2, purchasing and accounting views. Okay, so whenever we are creating the material like ROH, okay, so what system showing us? So that much of views are coming for the sales. Okay, so pipeline procurement material, we are not selling that material. Okay, so for that the reason we are not view of that in a pipeline procurement. Okay, so here are lots of the views coming like a MRP1, purchasing, order text, plant data storage 1 and 2. Okay, so as we are now storing the material, so in the pipeline product material, there is no any storage location will be come into the picture. Only basic data 1 and 2, purchasing and accounting views are mandatory here. Okay, so just select it, click on the data. Okay, so enter the plant. Okay, so enter the required things here, whatever you want. So I can just enter basic unit of measurement. I am putting here a liter. Okay, and material group. So all the other things remaining same. So whenever you are creating the material like ROH, then select the valuation class and average price and all the things. This is nothing but the, all the things are same here. Only prerequisite is that, so you can create the material by using the material type as a pipe. Okay, you're getting that? What actually? All of you, what is the pipeline process?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Okay, then we can create the vendor. What is the difference in vendor? I will show you. I can just create a one test vendor. I'm putting the name. What are the required things? Enter here. Reconciliation account, risk management, order currency, terms of payment, and here there is no need to select the GR based invoice verification because we are not doing any goods receipt here. Okay, so this is the second mandatory or prerequisite for the consignment process. Okay, so after this you can just save the vendor data and create the vendor. Okay, so you can also use your existing vendors also. You can just remove that tick as a in a material master and also as a in a vendor master also. Okay, so once we have created that master data, so what we can create after the material and vendor master? Rashekar, what? How we can directly create the purchase order without maintaining something? After the creation of material master and vendor master, I have already told you, na? So there is no need to create the purchase order for the pipeline procurement process. Okay. So which master data we are creating after the material and vendor master?
Purchase info
Correct.
record.
Correct. We are maintaining the purchase info record. Okay. So it's a mandatory to maintain the purchase info record of that material and vendor. So whenever we are creating any invoice verification, at that time that info record will be pick up. Okay. So the rate will be pick up from that info record only. Okay. So just create the info record here. So this is my vendor 79. This is my material. Enter the required things. Okay. Just confirm vendor 799 304 here. These are the four info categories here. Okay. So firstly we are using the standard one. Okay. So today just select this pipeline because we are creating this pipeline procurement process. Okay. So these are the special type of procurement process. So in future we can know about this sum contracting and consignment process. Okay. So for pipeline procurement process, you need to select this pipeline. Okay. Just press enter and enter the required thing here. So whatever the as per your requirement, you can enter the things here. Then enter the delivery time. Okay. So the rate of that material, what you want to maintain. So you can fix the rate with the vendor and enter the rate here. Okay. So whatever the rate we are maintaining this purchase info record, it will be directly effect on the your invoicing process. Okay. So that's why rate maintain you can here. I can just put 80 rupees per liter. Okay. And just put the tax code here. Okay. So this is the third prerequisite for the pipeline procurement process. So just select the zero input tax. Okay. So why this tax code is compulsory here? So whenever we are creating the invoice, that time you get to know about this tax code. You cannot maintain the tax code, so the invoice will be not generating. Okay, so I will show you. Firstly, just I will show you this case. Then I will show without tax code how the system will be behave. Okay, just save this info record. Okay, just copy it. Okay, so as I told you, so there is no need to create the any purchase order. Okay, so we can directly issue the material to the our production team. Okay, so as this is the pipeline material, so for issuing the material we have the T code MIGO. Okay, so for GRN also we can use this MIGO T code, and for issuing the material to the production team, spare parts, whatever, so we also have the same T code MIGO. So here is the option of the goods issue. Okay, in the MIGO T code same, and you can select from this list also. So here is the lots of option like a purchase order, a material document, order, reservation, and others. So here you can select as a others, correct? Okay. Then whenever you try to receiving the material, so that time what is the movement type? Anyone have noticed whenever we are doing the goods receipt? Anyone of you can remember? Whenever we are receiving the material, goods receipt. Okay. So what's the movement type?
I think it's a red tab.
No. So whenever we are doing the goods receipt, correct? So at that time, what is the movement type? Whenever we are doing the goods receipt here, so I will show you. Okay, so here, and with reference to the purchase order, so this is the goods receipt. So that time movement type is a 101. Okay, this is the 101 movement is for goods receipt for a purchase order. Okay, so like that, whenever I am issuing the material, okay, so to the our industry, so here is a movement type as a 201. Okay, so there are the lots of the movements like 101, 102. Okay, so as per requirement, you can select this movement type. Okay, so 201. So till one series is for the goods ship. Okay, so whenever the series of two is coming, so there is all for the issuing the material. So like this, all the movement types are divided. Okay, so then if the three series will be coming, then we can no, this is all for the withdrawal. If the four series is coming, is for the customer or vendor return. Five series is coming, then received without purchase order. All the things are separated here. So this much of the movement type are coming into the this. Okay, so whenever I am going to cover the inventory management, that time I will cover this all the movement types. Okay, so right now, so just you can understand. So for the goods issuing, for the pipeline material to the cost center is a 201 with the special procurement type selecting as a P here. Okay, so whenever you are doing the goods issue with reference to the pipeline product, so you can just select this as a pipeline material here. Okay, so in the right corner P, and the movement type is a 201. Okay, you're clear, everyone? Nandini, Rajshekhar, Kirtan.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is about goods issuing. Okay, so whatever the material we have created, just paste the material number here. Okay, because we cannot check the stock of this material. Okay, in the mmb, because we have no stock of this material, so I can just enter the material name. Okay, then quantity, how many quantity I want to issue, so I can select the 100 liters. Okay, then where, so this is the plant I need to enter. Okay, so there is no any need to enter the storage location here. Okay, so because we are not maintaining the stock, so the vendor, we need to put, so we, from which vendor we are going to consume that material. Okay, so and just put the vendor number there. Okay, enter the vendor and go to the account assignment category. Okay, so what is this account assignment category? So whenever we are covering the account determination part, at that time you need to know about this account assignment category. Okay, so you know, so whenever we are creating the raw material, okay, so at that time, so we can go to the OMS2 and update the quantity and valuation, correct? So like this, here also we need to confirm where this price will be debited or credited. For that purpose, we need to enter the cost center and GL account here. Okay, so I can just select the this cost center. Okay, so whenever you are practicing, you can also use the this same cost center and GL account. So we are not responsible for this cost center and GL code. So totally the finance team will be working on that. So they can provide us this cost center and GL account. So and then only we can use this. Okay, so time being, you can just use this 112100. Okay, just press enter and just check the material document. Okay, so the system will be showing us document is okay. Just once check it. Okay, and push the material, means we can consume this material, or we can directly issuing the material to the our production team. Okay, so just post, so the material document will be coming here. Okay, so just copy this material document. Okay, so after the using of material, so what's the last step, what we are doing in P2P cycle?
Invoicing.
Correct. So for that invoicing, we are using the Miro T code, correct? But for pipeline, we are not using that Miro because we don't have the reference for the purchase order. Okay, so the for a special procurement process, for the invoicing, we have the different T code. So we call it as a MRKO. Okay, so I will show you in the path also what is that T code. Okay, and how it will be coming into the picture. So just go to the part logistic materials management and go to the logistic invoice verification. Okay, and just go to the document entry. Okay, so previously for the standard one, we are using the Miro for the regular invoicing processing. Okay, so but right now I want to process the invoice directly. The automatic settlement I want because I have the no any purchase order number to the invoicing like a standard one. Okay, so here is the option automatic settlement. Under that, for the consignment and pipeline settlement, the MRKO is a use for the payment for the vendor. Okay, you're getting clear? So why I am using the MRKO for the automatic settlement process for the consignment and pipeline procurement, we are using this MRKO for the invoicing process. Okay, so just click on it and the screen of the settlement will be coming here for the consignment and pipeline procurement here. Okay, so the enter the company code and the vendor which you want to post the invoice. Just I can copy the vendor and enter the plant. Okay, and all the things are remaining. So this is for the consignment and pipeline. So right now I'm not settling any invoice. I want to just display. So how many of the invoice will be pending with this vendor. Okay, so I can just click on display and execute. Okay, so like this only the one invoicing will be pending with this vendor. Okay, so right now I have issuing the material. Okay, so 100 liter quantity I have issued, correct, with the 80 rupees per liter. Okay, so 8,000 rupees will be remaining or pending with this vendor for amounting. So like this, so the info is showing like not settled. Okay, so once I will go on and tick on this settle and click on execute, that time, so that invoicing will be settled. Okay, you're clear or any doubts, everyone?
Yeah, yes, my God. Carry on.
Okay, so once again, what I can do, I can issue the another 100 liters, so you will getting the difference in that. Okay, so I can just go to the Migo once again. Okay, and same thing I can repeat, goods issue, select the others, and the same moment I am using here 201 for the procurement of a pipeline process, issuing the material, enter the material quantity. Once again I put the 50 liter I enter here. Okay, and where, so I am entering the plant partner as a same vendor and cost center as a same. Okay, I can just enter the things here, check, and once again I post. Okay, so this document is also posted for that vendor. Okay, so these two documents I have posted. Okay, for these vendors. So totally I consume the 150 liters. Okay, at the rate of 80 rupees per liter. Okay, so I can just go to the T code of MRKO. Okay, just enter the vendor and plant name and just display. Okay, so here right now two invoicing will be pending here. Okay, so you're getting, so this is the material document 320 and 3222. Okay, so these are the currently posted document. Okay, towards the this vendor. So vendor name is also coming 801079 801079. Okay, so if I want to pay to the vendor, what I can do, I can just enter all the things here and click on the settle and then execute. Okay, So right now system is showing the difference, like the document will be created. Okay, so this is the accounting document will be, or invoicing document will be created here. Okay, so just click on that like this. So totally this amount will be paid to the that vendor. Okay, you're clear? If you want to the details view, so you can check. So toward this GL account, amount of 8,000 rupees will be go to the that vendor. Okay, like this, the total amount will be paid to the 12,000, like a tax calculation, I think there. So like this, the document of accounting will be posted there. So like same, the below total amount 12,000 will be paying to the this vendor. Okay, so 8,000 for 800 liter, and this 4,000 rupees for the 50 liters. You're clear? The total amount of 12,000 will be going toward the that vendor. Okay, these vendors. So like this, we can run the pipeline, which is the special procurement type in the SAP. Okay, so you're clear or any doubts still?